Have you signed somebody? Or?
No, we put out some fillers there. There's 1 or 2 guys that we put some fillers there. So not signed at this point, just some guys to see if they're interested.
Is that what Zach Evans' piece on to just sort of buying time? Because it seemed like he was a guy that had a pretty good preseason and is now in the practice.
Yeah, Zach's a guy that had a pretty good preseason, but like I said, there's still some injuries and different things as the week goes on. Our roster should be more settled by, like I said, the middle of the week.
Now that the cuts have been made, is there a new focus within the locker room or not?
Oh yeah, today, like they said, hey, this is a new day, this is a new team, and right now we got to focus on Hamilton. It's week 1. We got to put the past behind us, and we got to move forward. And the guys, today they had to learn how fast practice is going to be. It's a fast-paced practice, and the guys responded, so we'll be good.
What about some of the relationships? When you think of James Patrick and Mike McCullough and guys who knew Lance and Dan Goodspeed's still around, but how about those guys responding after that?
Well, if you've played football long enough, you understand that it's going to be you or your buddy. That's it, and you quickly get over it when it's not you. And that's just the way football has always been. You'll miss guys, but they'll still have a personal relationship. They just have to get used to playing now with the new guy that's next to him.
Is Eddie Russ the answer for Lance's spot?
Eddie Russ is the guy that's working in that spot, and like I told Eddie today, I want to see you there. So that means he has the capability and the tools, but he has to prove that it's his spot. We've put him there, but he has some tools, but he has to show that he can remain there.
What do you like about him?
Eddie has good height, he has good size, and Eddie runs real well. He's a little young to the game with knowing the whole game, but at this point, like I said, he has a lot of good football ahead of him. He just has to learn the nuances of the game and continue to play fast as he does, and I think we'll be okay at that position.
You see that potential in him?
Oh, he has a lot of potential, and like I told the guys the other day, is potential is training camp. We're looking for production, so he has to be able to produce at that spot.
On the offensive line, is it Chris Patrick at right tackle for sure, and Ben's going to take best spot? Is that kind of the way you're looking at it?
Yeah, at this point, it looks like Ben will have to play for us, with Best out, and Chris and Xavier, it looks like they'll hold it down at this point.
Is Drew Willie going to be first one out of the bullpen, or is that going to be situational?
You saying as far as him being the first backup? Drew's held his own throughout the course of training camp. So right now at this point, until otherwise shown, he is number 2.
You said you expected some things from Corey Sheets to improve on his blocking. How do you do that in practice and get prepared to be playing in the game too? How does he do both?
The biggest thing is just for him to watch film and slow things down so he can know where they're bringing their guys from. Who's his actual blocking assignment. That's the biggest thing, and you can see with a trimmed down roster, you're able to teach a little bit more. You're not teaching 15 backs or 8, 9, 12 backs. You're just teaching like really two or three tailbacks. So I expect him to sit with Coach Dice a little bit more and learn his protections and learn the whole scheme.
How does a guy like Brandon West deal with the fact that he came in, we had already anointed, probably the starter, and now he's going to deal with the backup role? How does he deal with that?
Well, that was the problem. You anointed.
We talked about he was with his experience.
The biggest thing is what you have to do. Like I just said, seriously about Brandon, you have to produce, and he has to produce. Corey was producing. Like I told Corey today when I talked to him, I said you're starting today, and you have to keep that spot. It's not one of those things where you want to put pressure on guys, but they can't be comfortable thinking one game puts you where you need to be, one snap, one touchdown. We have to be able to produce in this league. We got to produce in this team in order to be a winning team. So the whole thing is about production.
It's nice to finally have your guys and get to prepare for a regular season game. Put all your cards out there.
It is. And you can see, like I said, guys are still going to make mistakes, but it's easier to clean them up when it's 1 or 2 guys. It's also a little bit tougher because you don't have those legs and extra guys around in that manner. But for the most part, you get excited. Like I said, it's new. These are the guys you want to go to war with, and you just have to be excited about it.